The venerable C-119 flying boxcar transport plane has long been a trademark of the Air Force Reserve, whose units have flown the reliable 119 for years. And that's the problem. But as the Bob Dylan song goes, times are a-changing. The Military Airlift Command is getting new jets to fly missions around the world, and a new program's been started to get some reservists out of their ancient boxcars and into the jet age. The new program, called the Reserve Associate Program, has units working alongside regular Air Force airlift units. The reservists learn to operate and maintain the newest equipment. General Howell M. Estes, Jr., commander of the Military Airlift Command, calls the program a challenge.
It's important that as we achieve new and modern aircraft in the inventory of the Military Airlift Command, that our reserve forces be capable of operating these more modern types of aircraft rather than back up the regular force in outmoded, older style aircraft. This is the purpose of the associate program within the Air Force Reserve, to directly couple formed reserve units with regular units flying these modern aircraft so that in the future, in times of emergency, we are capable of achieving maximum capability which is inherent in these new modern aircraft.
Weekend warriors in Southern California at Norton Air Force Base will be the first to try out the new Reserve Associate program. Other associate units around the country will follow. Weekend warriors join the jet transport age. You've heard of the Pony Express. In 1860, it was the fastest thing from mid-America to the Pacific coast. Today, a jet-style Pony Express operates between the United States and Southeast Asia. Instead of carrying mail, this modern-day express carries hundreds of tons of priority cargo. Big jet transports, C-141 Starlifters, have replaced the ponies. Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Fred Hodgkins is a jet-age Pony Express rider.
The Military Airlift Command system can be likened to the Pony Express in olden days, only in reverse. Our new jet aircraft have much more endurance than the crews. This necessitates crew changes in Alaska and Japan, whereas the aircraft can go from the East Coast to Southeast Asia in approximately 26 hours. A typical load that comes to my mind is howitzer gun barrels and plasma, both which are high-demand items in Vietnam.
Back in 1860, it took 8 days to get the mail from St. Joseph, Missouri to the Pacific, almost 2,000 miles. The wing version of the Pony Express makes the 10,000-mile trip from the United States to Vietnam in about 24 hours. That's progress. There's a job for women which requires them to make up their minds, and then they can't change them. They've got to be kidding. Well, it seems there are women officers in the Air Force serving as, of all things, weather forecasters. They work for the Air Force's Air Weather Service, providing up-to-the-minute information on Mother Nature's whims to pilots, commanders, and missilemen. They do the same job their male counterparts do, and they often have to forecast for an area thousands of miles away. Well, if the way my weatherman changes forecasts is any indication, some of these weather women ought to feel right at home. But then again, how could a pilot object if a newly coiffured, stylish weather lady gives him a snow job forecast like, it'll be sunny and warm, most likely, till it gets cloudy and cooler and the wind will be blowing a little bit and the whatchamacallit says it might rain and the radar isn't working because my nylons are drying on it and, well, seriously, the Air Force knows what it's doing because these weather women do a good job. After all, Mother Nature's a lady too.
We like our jobs, but we don't like to go to work because it always means that someone's in trouble.
In the wake of headlines describing the war in Vietnam, 6 simple words stand out. The pilot was rescued by helicopter. The words might be simple, but saving downed pilots isn't. Months of training, hours of waiting are integral parts of the difficult rescue job in Southeast Asia. Air Force rescue crews do a lot of waiting, and then when the call comes, no one walks. The key word is fast. Quickly, helicopters are airborne, headed for the man who needs help. That man might be in the dense jungle of North Vietnam. He might be wounded, or he might be surrounded, fighting for his life. And whatever the situation, the rescue men put their lives on the line, too. They live up to their motto, that others may live. Since December of 1964, when the first few rescue helicopters arrived in Vietnam, These airborne lifeguards have made over 1,000 combat rescues. Rescues of Americans in trouble. An enviable record for men who don't like to work.
Skylines, an offbeat look at people, places, and things. Now here's John Terry. This has been Skylines, your look at the world of aviation. Hey, you, what are you doing running up and down the end of this runway?
Oh, officer, I just love aerial planes and things that go up, up, and away.
Wait a second, don't you know it's dangerous here? You could get yourself killed.
But man, in the air is where it's happening. I mean, this is the cool thing. Oh, that's smart.
You should have listened to me, son.
And you should listen to Skylines on this station, a look at the fascinating world of Air Force aviation.
Yeah, man, it'd be safer, too.